What's up, guys? Before this video gets started, I just want to say I apologize for the actual video part of it not showing my face or anything. I have been trying for probably, let's say about 2 hours, almost 3 hours, trying to get this video off my phone. Whenever I went out there to the creek, I brought my camera and everything, my tripod, but I ended up leaving the SD card plugged into the computer. So I had to record it off my phone, and iPhone makes it so difficult to get videos off and just edit it on Windows, and I'm just done messing with it, so I'm about to just play it on a loop visually, but you can still hear everything that I say. And also, real quick, before the video starts, I did start streaming. I just got everything set up here. I got my computer, the PC connected with the TV, and I got my keyboard and microphone down there. So if you like Fortnite or just want to stop by the chat, the link will be down below in the description to my Twitch channel. Yeah, come check it out, but let's get into the video.
What's up, everybody? My name is Jacob, and today's little video, I decided I was going to come out to the trail. I don't exactly know where it is, but I actually grew up out here. I think I've been coming out to this trail since I was in middle school with my old friend Yusuf. We used to come out here all the time and catch snakes, skinks, crawdads. We used to fish. We used to do everything down here. And this trail's actually seen me go through many walks of life, from whenever I was a young kid to whenever I was selling drugs to whenever I was in my peak of alcoholism, and now once again it's seen me sober. So it's good to be out here under the sun and back to where, you know, I grew up, because recently I've been living down in Wilmington. I've been living there for about 1.5 years now, and I just moved back home to High Point probably about 1.5 weeks ago. Today marks my 1 week mark of sobriety from my initial relapse. If you didn't watch my first video, I had, what was it? I had 44 days or 45 days sober, and I ended up relapsing and went on a 4-day bender. But, you know, that's just a part of recovery. We go through stages. Some people get 10 years and something will happen and they relapse. Some people get, you know, relapse every day. Mine just happened to be 45 days. And I got back on the horse, and I'm keeping my head up. I'm staying positive, because there's two things that you can do. You can either choose to beat yourself up about it and be thrown back into your addiction, or you can keep your head up and stay focused on the goal. It's not to say that's not easy. It's not to say that everything, that life is all sunshine and rainbows, because like I mentioned in my last video, I don't have a car, I don't have a license. Honestly, last night was really rough for me. I was struggling a lot with cravings. I was getting in my mind, and my addiction was talking to me, saying, go get your longboard, because I do have an electric longboard. So I do have some means of transportation, but my addiction was talking to me last night and really getting in my head and telling me, you know, you only have a week, so what's the point of, like, the relapse isn't going to be that bad, which is a complete lie. Every time you relapse, you just pick up right where you left off, no matter how long you have sober. And each time, it gets worse and worse. And I can honestly vouch for that. It does get worse each time. One of my biggest fears from drinking, and that keeps me from it, is living the rest of my life in jail, or killing myself, or killing somebody else. Because that's one thing about me that has really changed in the little bit that I've been sober and being able to get my mind clear. Is I used to be very selfish. I used to not care whenever I got in the car and I was drinking and driving about who I hurt, if I hurt myself. And honestly, where I was at in my life, I was kind of hoping that I was going to get in a car accident, and not to hurt somebody else, but just so I would be blacked out and just never come out of that blackout and never wake up. Besides all that, it feels so good to be out here right now. I haven't been out here probably since high school. So what was that? I was probably about, I'd say, 3-4 years now. And like I said, this trail has seen me go through all kinds of walks of life. Whenever I step onto the bridge, once you cross over the little creek, there's a little bridge that you cross over, but once I stepped on that, I put in my earbuds and listened to one of the songs that I was working on, before I went into rehab this last time. Just walking on the trail, I ended up starting to get, my eyes started to get all watery, and I teared up a little bit just because it's been so long since I've been on this trail, been able to enjoy it in all its beauty. I just want to take a little second to show you the creek and how beautiful everything is. And I'm glad I can take it in, like all in for once, and not just take for granted what God has made. Like over here used to be a little fire pit, and we used to come here and just, I would always sit right there and smoke a little bit of weed that I had. As you can see, my camera's over there. I'm recording this on my phone right now. Whenever I got out here, I realized that my SD card is in the computer at home from whenever I was editing my last video. I'm already out here. I just wanted this video to kind of be just like my raw emotions and a little update of where I'm at. So I didn't really want to text my mom and be like, yo, I left the SD card, can you please bring it? I kind of just wanted to start recording as soon as possible. And I mean, I'm glad I'm not sitting here crying, because I'm really trying to show everybody my raw emotions and how everything is going for me right now. But like I was saying, I was getting a little emotional first walking back in here. Like I keep saying, I've been on this trail so much since I was a little kid, and every time I come back and walk on it, it's always so much different. There's so many things that have changed, and it's just like me. Every time I come back here, I feel like I've been a different person in just a different stage of my life. So as I'm enjoying and taking in the beauty of the trail, I hope the trail is also enjoying seeing me and how much I've changed. I've made a lot of memories on these trails, and a lot of good memories. No matter what point in my life that I was in, I was always here with a good group of people and good friends. This is the first time in, I don't even know, I don't think I've ever come here by myself, to be honest with you. But that's one thing that I gotta get used to, is being alone and being okay by myself. Because that's honestly one of my biggest struggles that I struggle with, and I always have been. I've always surrounded myself with people, even if they're not good people, just because I hate being alone with myself and in my own head. The most dangerous place for me is laying in bed at night when everybody's asleep and thinking. I just get trapped in my mind, and I think a lot about the past, and I think about the choices that I've made and where I'm at in life. One thing that Jelly Roll said is the windshield is a whole lot bigger than the rearview mirror, because there's so much that we can't even see that God's got planned out for us. And if you stay in your head focusing on the past, obviously you're not going to change, because you're just dwelling on something that you can't change. And you know, each one of us every single day have choices to make throughout the day to change our life and to better our lives. Like I was saying, last night I was having a lot of cravings. It's probably like 1, 2 in the morning, and I got some numbers that I can call from people from meetings, but that's late at night. I don't want to bug them. And one of the things that we say is that whenever you are in a struggle and you are in that bind, that phone feels like it's a million pounds. You don't want to fucking pick it up, and you almost can't pick it up. I should have picked it up. I should have called somebody and at least left a message for somebody so they could call me back in the morning. But luckily, I was able to kind of just sit there and watch some anime and get my mind off of things. And after last night, I was honestly very glad that I didn't have a license. Because, I mean, like I said, I could have taken my longboard up to Sheets and gotten some beer, but if I had a car and I had a license, it would be that much easier for me to get what I want and for me to get drunk. I know a week doesn't sound like that much time, but it's all about building and just working towards what you want to get. My goal is really to get a year. I mean, obviously, I'd love to stay sober for the rest of my life, but realistically, that's probably not going to happen, because relapse is a part of recovery. And sometimes it takes a hard lesson to learn to know what you really want, to know what's the correct thing to do in your life is. And trust me, I've learned multiple times that for me, I have to learn the hard way in every walk of life and everything that I do. I'm kind of hoping now that I got my head straight and my mind's cleared, that hopefully I don't have to learn too many more hard ways. But I do have a court date August 30th, so I might have to learn a little bit more the hard way, but I'm taking it one day at a time, as it is. Sometimes taking it one day at a time is even still too much. I've really just been telling myself, take it 1 hour at a time. Just right now, in this moment that I have and that I'm breathing, I'm gonna make the right decision for myself and do the next right thing. I say this multiple times. Life's gonna fucking hit you. You have to take life on life's terms. But as long as you keep doing the next right thing for yourself and the next right thing that you know in your conscience, because we all have a conscience. We all know right from wrong. But as long as you keep doing that right thing, life's gonna work out in your favor. I promise you that. And that's another thing that I want to make sure people know about these videos, is just because I'm sober doesn't mean I'm perfect. I'm still gonna mess up. I know I'm still gonna mess up. I'm still a human. We all have sin nature. That's just a part of life. And even if you're not struggling with alcoholism or any kind of addiction that you may have, like, we all have struggles throughout life. I'm not gonna get into my sister's business, but right now she's kind of going back and forth of what she wants to do. And she's 24 years old. She's a strong girl. She's amazing. And honestly, I am jealous of it. That's something that I gotta work on. But one thing that I'm glad about my life, and not any hate to her, but she's stressing so much about making the right decision. I'm kind of grateful that I have a clean slate. I get to start over from literally nothing. Nobody really expects anything from me. And that's not to say that I'm gonna go fuck off and do whatever I want and just live my life aimlessly. I'm definitely trying to figure that out, but I'm grateful that I don't have to sit there and worry about what decision that I make and that it's gonna affect the rest of my life. Because I've already made decisions that's gonna affect the rest of my life. Like, I'm probably never seeing my license for another 4 years. Everything that I do now from this point is gonna be to better my life. And, you know, I'm just excited to see where I go in the next year. Today's video, probably just a little shorter. I just wanted to give you guys an update and kind of let you know that it's a struggle, man. Life is a struggle. It's always an uphill battle. There may be plateaus to where life kind of just flat lines, but you're not going up, you're not going down. And I know for a lot of people that gets in your mind because you feel like you're not going anywhere. And to what I have to say to that is just take your time, breathe, enjoy your plateau. You may not be going anywhere, you're not getting worse though. You may not be going up, but you're not getting worse. I feel like everybody takes so much time out of their day and so much out of their life just worrying about what comes next. Everybody feels really comfortable, I feel like, in where they're at too. Like, we may be in a job that we don't like, but it pays our bills, so we're gonna keep doing it. Starting tomorrow, I'm gonna be looking for a job, and I know it's not gonna be a job that I'm gonna be working for the rest of my life. I'm probably not gonna even enjoy it. Just taking it as life is and focusing on being sober, because that's really, for me, the only thing that matters right now. Life's gonna get hard. I'm gonna want to drink. I wanted to drink last night, but if I do that, I'm gonna get caught up in that circle again of not caring about myself, not caring about others, damaging everything that I've worked hard to build. And I haven't built up that many things yet. Like I said, I'm still living with my parents. My mom dropped me off at the trail. I don't have much, but that gives me so much more to look forward to in the future. And not only when I accomplish things is it going to make me that much happier because I'm starting from nothing, but I'm doing it soberly, which I never thought I'd be able to do. Something that I really want to do in the next couple of years, probably won't happen until I get my license, but I really want to get an RV and go all the way across the country, because I live in North Carolina. I really would love to get an RV, travel across the country, drive all the way across, all the way to California, see what everything's like. Because right now I'm on probation. I love traveling, but I can't leave the state. But at least being on probation, that gives me something to look forward to. I was a very high-functioning alcoholic, so I'm still doing everything that I was doing. It just feels a lot different. There's a lot of my hobbies that I did give up through alcoholism, and that one of those things is like coming out to trails like this, going on hikes. I used to compete in competitions for American Ninja Warrior whenever I was younger, and my mom keeps telling me, other people in my family keep telling me I should get back into it. And how are you?
good pictures?
Yes, sir. I'm recording a video right now. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I used to come on this trail all the time when I was younger, like throughout middle school and stuff. I moved out to Wilmington about a year ago, and I'm in recovery right now. I'm a recovering alcoholic, so it's nice to take everything in for once. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, it is.
We wish you well.
Thank you. Have a good one. I lost my train of thought, but those interactions and stuff like that I would have never been able to do while I was drunk. I was always ashamed in who I was and never wanted to talk to anybody unless I was out at the bar, because you're not going to judge somebody when you're also drinking. My mom always tells me I'm good at making friends and talking to people, and I hate that. Just because I'm good at talking and communicating with people, I am so tired of making new friends and everywhere I go, because every time I've been in jail I gotta make new friends. Every time I'm in a mental hospital I gotta make new friends. Every time I'm in rehab I always gotta start over. But I guess through that I still have so many people that want to support me that much more. I still actually talk to a lot of my buddies from rehab. We check in on each other every once in a while. One of my buddies today is actually picking up his 60-day chip. I'm not going to put his name out there because that's his own business and he's in his own walk, but I was texting him today, and I mean, the meeting's about 30 minutes away. It's kind of over in Greensboro. But I'm not gonna lie, he was one of the people that I kind of figured that wasn't gonna make it, that he was gonna relapse. But you'd be very surprised in the changes that you make once you hit that like 2-week mark. I've gotten sober many times. I picked up many first day chips, but your mind doesn't really get completely cleared until after about 30 days. I feel like he's gonna see this, and bud, I'm so proud of you, and I'm sorry for doubting you, because you've been sober longer than I have. I'm going to a different meeting tonight. There's supposed to be younger people in sobriety there, so I'm kind of nervous but excited to meet people my age that are going through the same thing and have the same goal, because being back home is definitely a struggle. I'm very lonely. I miss my friends, and the people here that I know on High Point, they know me from my past and all the things that I used to do. And I still get a lot of text messages every once in a while asking, somebody asking for some drugs or to go out and drink it. That's really why I'm excited to go to this meeting tonight, because hopefully I'll make some friends and talk to some people that we can connect and go do some things soberly, because I'm getting tired of being trapped in the house. And I'm not trapped, but it almost feels like I am. Because there's not much to do. I'm 22. Everybody's going out drinking. Everybody's going out to the bars. And to each their own. A lot of people aren't alcoholics. But for me, I can't do that anymore. Like, my sister asked me if I wanted to go bowling. I've never been bowling sober. Like, every time I go to the bowling alley, I actually get kind of the most drunk that I've ever get. Every time I've been bowling, I always black out. If I went, I would almost be too enticed. Just be too enticing to do, because that's just what I'm used to. Right now, I'm still working on breaking habits. And it's actually crazy. Anywhere you go, there's fucking alcohol anywhere. I think alcoholism is one of the worst addictions to have. I've been on Xanaxes, I've done coke, I've sipped lean, and all of those I don't think about on a daily basis. Alcohol I think about every day, and everywhere you go, there's advertisements, there's commercials. I went to the movie theater with my family the other day to see Forge, which is an amazing movie, and if you're thinking about going and seeing it, I'd highly recommend it. But even in the movie theaters, there's a fucking bar. But that's reality. I can't sit here and complain about it, because there's so many people that aren't alcoholics that can drink regularly. And that's just another struggle and a fight that I'm gonna have to go through every day. Because I mean, once I get my car back and once I get transportation, I can stop at any gas station. I can go to the grocery store. Even buying my groceries, I'm gonna have to walk past the alcohol aisle. But that's life. And I know it's gonna get easier the farther I get and when I work the steps. But right now, being trapped in the house is kind of what I need, honestly. Even though mentally it's kind of getting to me. I feel like I'm kind of running in circles in this whole video. I've kind of been all over the place. But one thing that I'm gonna leave you guys with today, and that I love, is if you went to bed tonight and closed your eyes, and you only got to keep the things in your life that you thanked God for, how much would you have left?